This is the TGT 3.0, aka Beast Mode. I didn't make that up, that's the actual nickname. The TGT 3.0 comes with the arm and hip device, but also comes with the Total Golf Trainer V2. We begin with the hip device because, well, I'm really excited to try this one. It claims to increase club head speed and distance. Who doesn't want that? Easily one of the biggest differences between us amateurs and the pros, we try to increase club head speed with our upper body. We think it's all in the arms. No, turns out Chubbs was right.
Work with me now. It's all in the head. Yeah, it's all in the hips.
So we simply clip it to our belt on our lead hip. For us lefties, that's our right hip. We screw in the training rod, point it forward, and we're ready to go. Remember that old game Operation? You want to pretend like this thing will zap you if you touch it. So the only way to avoid contact is to clear your hips. It forces you to use your lower body. Let's give it a whirl. Ooh, okay. Did you get that one? Oh my. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting the sweet spot more often, like better contact with my driver. Second device is the Total Golf Trainer arm. Now this can be used in many different ways, but what really jumped out to me, it claims to cure the old flip and scoop. You know the wrist action that leads to all those tops and chunks and occasional curse words? This supposedly cures that. We attach it to our lead wrist, bend the rod back a bit so it's touching our top hand at address, and on the take back, our wrist is forced to stay flat. Otherwise, I tend to bend my wrist at the top, so this should help. Let's take some hacks. Wrist flat, wrist flat. Dang! I wouldn't lie to you guys, I'm probably getting 10 to 15 more yards. So here's what I think the Total Golf Trainer does. It gets you thinking about opening your hips and gets you thinking about keeping your wrists flat at the top. For me, it resulted in more power and better contact on both. This is the newest TGT gadget. What's cool about the V2 is it's basically 4 or 5 training tools all in one. I'll give you my top 3 in a minute, but from jumbo grips all the way down to kids, the V2 fits all clubs. Simply pop it into the vent hole at the top of our grip, secure it using the 2 Velcro straps, screw in the rod, and we're ready to go. Let's start with the straight tool. The idea is to keep the rod pointed toward your target to help keep your hands forward through impact. But the V2 does something, say, an alignment stick can't. If you fail to keep your hands out front, you get immediate feedback. Don't feel bad about it. This happens to a lot of guys. On to the hanger tool. For this, we bend the rod forward, and at the halfway point, bend the rod to the side. The hanger tool allows us to work on 2 things, our wrist hinge and our lag. Very simple. Take the club back, and when your arm hits the rod, you've got your ideal hinge. Then you want to maintain contact with the rod through the downswing. If you maintain that lag and avoid throwing the club away, you're going to feel better contact and have more control of your golf shot. Finally, the Educator Tool. For this, we screw in the shorter rod, bend it forward, and check this out. Bump and run. Place the rod on your lead forearm. Perfect angle to let the ball roll out. Want a little more air time and less roll? Go with the neutral shaft. The rod stays in the middle. Remember the operation rule? For this one, you do not want to make contact with either forearm. It'll get you. So there you have it. Throw the V2 in with the TGT hip and arm, and you can see why they call it Beast Mode. If you'd like more info on the Total Golf Trainer 3.0,